The fun part of this video is that I am recording this before the official price announcement of the Nothing Phone 2. And this factor will greatly determine if you have to go with the Google Pixel 7 or if you have to buy the Nothing Phone 2, because as of recording this video, the Pixel 7 is now priced at 48,000 rupees. The pricing of the Nothing Phone 2 is very important, and let us talk about all the advantages of the Nothing Phone 2 over the Google Pixel 7. Without wasting any time, let us begin. So the fun part while making this video was that when I initially planned of making this video, the Google Pixel 7 was priced at 55,000 rupees. But right now, this phone is priced at 48,000 rupees. And I think for that price, it is a pretty cool option to go with. And with the Nothing Phone 2 coming out, I think that is one of the competitors for this smartphone. But one thing I have to say is that the Nothing Phone 2 has a lot of advantages over the Google Pixel 7, and of course the Google Pixel 7 also has few features which are better, but we'll talk about everything right now, and starting with the advantages of the Nothing Phone 2. First, we have the performance. Now, I know that Tensor G2 is Google's latest chipset, but no matter what, the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 on the Nothing Phone 2 is definitely more powerful than the Tensor G2. And if you're someone who is performance oriented, like you want the best performance, you don't care about the other things, you just want a smartphone that performs well, then I think this is the one to go with, the Nothing Phone 2, because the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 is better than the Tensor G2. Be it gaming, thermals, anything you throw at it, it can handle it very well. And as you know, Snapdragon has been in the game for a long run, so they know how to tune their processors, and that is evident from the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. And the one thing that makes this experience even more better is that the Nothing Phone 2 comes with, Nothing's OS, and the thing about them is that they fine-tune their OS very well, and it is near stock Android, so no bloatware, annoying background apps. The thing is that it gives you a really fluid experience. The animations are smooth, the transition between pages or the apps is actually smooth, and I've actually seen nothing refining the OS in the Nothing Phone 1 over some time, and I have to say they have done a really good job. So that fluid performance of the OS along with the super powerful chipset, you are going to be getting a really smooth experience. Now, not that the Pixel 7 is not going to have a smooth experience, but again, as I mentioned, if you are someone performance oriented, you want the best performance, it could be for gaming, multitasking, anything, like you throw all the heavy crap on your smartphone, then the Nothing Phone 2 will be the option for you. And with the fluidity in mind, let's talk about the display, because the display on the Nothing Phone 2, in my opinion, is going to be much better than the Pixel 7. So starting with the Pixel 7, you get a 6.3-inch 90Hz AMOLED display, whereas on Nothing Phone 2, you'll get a 6.7-inch 120Hz OLED display. Now, in terms of picture quality, it's going to be neck to neck, but in terms of other things like fluidity, so that is your refresh rate, Nothing Phone 2 beats it, because 120Hz versus 90Hz, of course, you will see a difference. And if you're someone who comes from an iPhone like I do, then you will definitely see that difference. And of course, on the Nothing Phone 2, you have a 6.7-inch display. So for people who love big smartphones, I think this is the one to go with. I mean, 6.3 inches is not small, but compared to this, that is definitely small. So if you're someone who wants a bigger, screen on your smartphone, then Nothing Phone 2 is the best option to go with. And next is definitely going to be the memory and storage. Now, as of right now in India, you can get the Pixel 7 with 8 gigs of RAM standard with 128 gigs. I mean, I did thorough searching and it was kind of hard to find the 256 gig variant. So right now you can get only 8 and 128, but on Nothing Phone, I'm pretty sure you'll get 8 gigs, 128 standard. Who knows, even 256 might be standard, I don't know, not hoping for anything, but you will definitely get options for 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gig storage, and who knows, even a 512 gigabyte storage option might be available, we don't know. So in terms of memory and storage, if you want something higher than just 8 and 128 gigs of storage, then I think the Nothing Phone 2 will definitely cover you in that. And the next obvious thing is definitely going to be the battery. So the battery life on the Pixel 7 is definitely good. I mean, you can get through the entire day easily, and if you're a light user like me, then more than that. But it's a physically smaller battery. It's somewhere around 4300 mAh. On the Nothing Phone 2, the battery size will definitely be physically bigger. It's a physically bigger phone, so they will definitely put in a bigger battery. And Nothing is known for their really aggressive optimization, and because of that they will tune their OS in such a way that there is very less unwanted battery drain. And Nothing Phone 1 had really good battery life, no issues, and I'm expecting the same with the Nothing Phone 2. In fact, you can expect say an hour extra in terms of battery life, and that might actually be useful, especially if you're traveling somewhere. That 1 hour of extra battery life will definitely come in handy. So I think in terms of battery life, the Nothing Phone 2 will be the much better option, and of course you'll get much faster wired charging. So these are the advantages the Nothing Phone 2 will definitely have over the Google Pixel 7. Now, of course, I'm making this video before the launch of the Nothing Phone 2, so I have no clue about how the phone is. But these are some things which you can actually determine from the leaked specs and the specs that they have actually, thrown out to the public. So this is based on that. But the Google Pixel 7 also does have some uniqueness to it. Now, for example, this is a smaller phone. I mean, it's not really small, but it's smaller than the Nothing Phone 2, a 6.3-inch phone with a nice design which fits like really well in your hand. So if you're someone who wants a compact smartphone, then the Google Pixel 7 is the one to go with. And since that is stock Android, for anyone who wants a compact stock Android smartphone, then this is the one to go with. And then the Pixel 7 does have some Pixel specific features, and that you will definitely not be getting on a Nothing Phone. So if you're really into that, and most of them I've seen are related to photography and stuff like that, and if that is very important to you, then I think that might be the best option for you to go with. Now, one thing Pixels are known for is their cameras, and the Pixel 7 camera is actually good. But Nothing has actually quite surprised me, because recently they have been putting out samples taken by reviewers on Twitter. So the samples taken from the Nothing Phone 2, and I have to say the pictures are actually quite nice, because I find these pictures really sharp. They're really detailed. I mean, that is with Twitter's compression, so I do find them sharp, detailed, and the colors are pretty good, to be honest. They're not oversaturated, but they do have that slight pop which makes it even more appealing. And in certain photos, the dynamic range is good. Now, of course, we'll have to wait and watch to see how good it is, but I'll have to say it is pretty good. So if you're someone who's really focused on cameras, I would say just because it's a Pixel, don't jump and get that. Just wait till the reviews come out, take a look at the reviews, and then decide which one to go with. With that said, you'll have an idea of how the Nothing Phone 2 will stack up against the Google Pixel 7. And the one thing that will decide if you have to go with the Nothing Phone 2 is going to be the price. So as I mentioned first in this video, price will play an important factor in your decision making process, because the Pixel 7 has reduced in price. It is right now at 48,000 rupees. I think they've reduced it since the Nothing is launching. I don't know, maybe it could be or coincidence, I don't know, but it is right now at 48,000 rupees. And for Nothing to be the popular guy, it has to be priced between 42,000 and 45,000 rupees. And one good thing is that Nothing has a local manufacturing unit here in Chennai, so they can manufacture it here. But the thing is, they do have a lot of new features on their smartphones. A lot of R&D has definitely gone into that, so you'll also have to factor in those costs. So even after factoring in all those, if they can price it between 42,000 and 45,000 rupees, this will be a really amazing smartphone that I would recommend to many other people. Now, suppose say if this is priced above 45,000 rupees and the Pixel stays at 48,000 rupees, it's going to be a kind of a little tough decision for people to make between the Pixel 7 and the Nothing Phone 2. If you're performance oriented, of course, go with the Nothing Phone 2, but other features do matter. And the thing is, if the pricing goes above 45,000 rupees, you have a smartphone called the OnePlus 11R waiting there to trash the sales of the Nothing Phone 2, because it is mostly the same phone but priced at 40,000 rupees. Of course, both have their differences, but in terms of raw performance, like numbers, it's kind of the same. So that is there at 40,000 rupees. So if Nothing has to really compete with the crowd, they will have to price the smartphone between 42,000 and 45,000 rupees. So with that said, let's see what the price of the Nothing Phone 2 will be here in India. With that said, thanks for watching, and this here is Suman signing off once again. Catch you later.